We were not prepared for this. Panic. Confusion. Outrage. That's what swept through South Africa like wildfire after President Cyril Ramaphosa made his unthinkable national announcement earlier this morning. Phones buzzed non-stop. Streets echoed with murmurs of fear. Social media exploded. And now, millions are asking one question: what does this mean for South Africa's future? Welcome back to the channel. If you're just tuning in, today's breaking story is nothing short of a national earthquake. President Ramaphosa's latest announcement has left citizens stunned, investors scrambling, and politicians fuming. Grab your coffee, sit down, and stay with us, because what you're about to hear may affect you more than you think. It all began during a nationally televised press conference from the Union buildings in Pretoria. With a somber tone and eyes that revealed the weight of the moment, Ramaphosa addressed the country directly. South Africa is facing unprecedented structural challenges, he said. To safeguard our democratic foundation and restore public trust, a national restructuring plan will now come into immediate effect. But what followed next? No one saw it coming. This plan will include the temporary suspension of certain provincial powers, urgent intervention in national security frameworks, and the establishment of a crisis governance council reporting directly to the presidency. Boom! Like a political earthquake, the very framework of the democratic order was shaken. Was this a declaration of emergency in disguise? Was this a silent power grab masked as reform? Immediately after the broadcast, the ripple effects were instant. In Cape Town, protesters began gathering outside provincial buildings by midday. In Gauteng, opposition leaders took to microphones, calling the move authoritarian and unconstitutional. Julius Malema of the EFF didn't mince his words. This is not a democracy anymore. This is dictatorship in motion. Hashtags like #Ramaphosa resign and #PowerCrisisZA shot to the top of social trends. Even ANC veterans were divided, some calling it a bold leadership move, others warning it could tear the country apart. And if the political fallout wasn't enough, the markets responded violently. The rand plummeted by nearly 6% within hours. Foreign investors paused ongoing deals. Banks issued caution alerts. Panic buying began in some areas, especially after rumors of fuel price hikes and transport disruptions started circulating. Economists now warn that South Africa could be heading into its most fragile economic period since the 2008 financial crisis. So, what is really driving this shocking announcement? Insiders speculate that mounting pressure from global watchdogs, increasing civil unrest, and crumbling public trust forced the president into drastic action. There are also whispers of deep internal divisions within the ANC, and that this announcement was made to consolidate power ahead of possible early elections. And let's not ignore the international dimension. Several diplomatic sources confirm that international allies, including the EU and UN observers, are closely monitoring the situation. Here's what we know. Parliament is expected to convene in an emergency session. Opposition parties are already preparing legal challenges. Civil society groups are calling for a national shutdown protest next week. Some provinces, especially Western Cape and KwaZulu-Natal, may resist central control. There's even talk of a constitutional crisis in the making, one that could end up in the Constitutional Court before the end of the month. This isn't just a headline. This is history in real time. We are witnessing a moment that could either redefine South Africa for the better or plunge it into a deeper political abyss. Ramaphosa's gamble may be bold, but is it wise? So now we ask you, do you believe Ramaphosa is saving the nation, or seizing power? Is this necessary leadership or a dangerous step toward autocracy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We are reading them all. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into this ongoing national drama. Because this story, it's far from over.